Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about our hands and how they give our age away. Today I'm going to actually be doing a microdermabrasion on my hands and forearms and give them a mask and then moisturize afterwards. That will help with younger looking hands and arms, and if we can treat our face, why not treat our hands? We also need to treat our neck as well. So these are the two places that give away our age. So I'm going to show you, and I just want to let you know that I already pre-cleansed my hands and arms. So I'm just going to go ahead now with the microdermabrasion. You don't need it on high setting. And just to let everybody know, I am a licensed esthetician. So the one thing that you always want to do is remember to go towards your heart. So you always want to go up, okay? Just takes a couple of minutes to do this. It's on the very low setting, and the tip is also on the less roughest tip. You don't need to go too hard on your hands and your arms. I also teach a skincare program, and in the class, this is one thing that I have my students do is a hand and arm facial. And it's not just only to remember the steps of a facial treatment, but it's to help them in the massaging part, but also to teach to how to keep our hands looking younger and smoother. Okay, so that was just one pass. That's how quick it was. If you want to do another one, you can. But just for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you with just the one, because afterwards I'm going to put a mask on, and that's going to stay on for a couple of minutes. This does not hurt at all. It feels like sandpaper sucking on you. Is what it actually feels like. When you lose a suction, you can tell by the machine. By the sound of it. I also have bony hands too, so it doesn't help. And that's it. That was just the one pass on both. I could do again. You can do up to 3 passes maximum. That's all you need to do with a microdermabrasion. You don't need to go any more. You don't need to go with a very, very coarse tip or anything like that. In beauty, we have to remember less is more. Okay? So I'm putting that on the bib here, so I just don't want to contaminate too much. Yes, when I'm done, I'm going to decontaminate, disinfect everything, even including my jars that I open up and everything. I always wipe everything down with an alcohol afterwards. So, all right. So now, just with a mild toner, just pat it. That toner is good for a particular peel that I do, but it's not the one that you're going to peel like a snake. They call it a peel because it brings on a lot of heat, and in order for that heat to stop, it's almost like as if we're doing a peel, you got to neutralize it to stop activating it. That's what that toner does. It actually helps calm the skin down, helps stop the heat. So it's actually really good. It smells really pretty too. All right, so before I'm actually going to put a mask on, the one thing I will do is I'm going to put on a vitamin C serum. And yes, you could put serums or hyaluronic acid on or whatever before a mask. You can do it on your face. I do that a lot when I do facial treatments for my clients. I will do some added serums if they need it, and then put the mask on and really massage then, because yes, you can massage while the mask is on. Okay, so put a little bit here. I'm not going to touch my skin with that. You don't want to do that, then put it back in the bottle. A few drops and that's it. Some vitamin C. It smells delicious. All the products that I use are professional products. I don't use anything over the counter. Okay, so even with one pass, I don't know if you can tell by the lighting or whatever, it did get just a little rosy from here. I don't know if you can tell from the difference. And you know, typically if your skin, when you're doing a microdermabrasion on your face, if it gets red, you stop. You don't do any more passes. So remember, 3 passes maximum, but if the first pass is a little red, then stop. If it's slightly rosy, you know, you just gotta keep an eye on it, then you can do the second pass. After that, if it's red, no more. That's enough blood bringing up to the surface. I use a disposable stick to go in and get some mask out. Okay, I'm not going to put this back in. So I'm going to split. How I have a certain way of applying products is always with my ring finger. That's how I've always done it. Just one of those things, it's the lightest pressure, so when you're dealing with skin on the face, you don't want to apply too much pressure, especially around the eyes. So I always use the ring fingers. So now with my students, I have them doing a little massage. They're going to sit across from each other on the in the spa bed, and they do little massage techniques. Well, in our world we call it applying the product. So you can do it to yourself if you want to. It feels good, it's relaxing. I know it's obviously better when somebody else does it to you, but this is things that you can do to yourself at home. Just helping, moisturizing, renewing some skin, adding some nutrients that your skin is dying for, especially on our hands. We use our hands so much, especially nowadays with washing our hands all through the day, and they get dry and they crack and they start to peel and everything that we're touching out there. Why not give yourself a nice little treatment on your hands? Now if you don't have a microdermabrasion, that's okay, you can just use little scrubs. You can make your homemade scrub if you want to, and that's a form of an exfoliation. So is a microdermabrasion. So whatever you have to exfoliate, you can do that. And remember, I had the vitamin C serum on before, so I'm really massaging it in my skin, feeding my skin. Vitamin C, it's an antioxidant, and it helps stop those free radicals from forming. I live in Florida, so we're always in the sun. So the antioxidants are very, very good to stop all of that. Alright, so I could leave this on for some more, but for the purpose of the video, that was just a couple of minutes massaging it in. I'm feeding my skin the nutrients that it's dying to get. Okay, so now I'm just going to rinse it off. I have these little round sponges here. Remember, if you get these, if you're doing clients or your friends or whatever, throw them out right away after you're done using them. You don't want to reuse them. you need to throw them out right away. If they're for you, then yeah, you can use them a couple of times, but make sure you wash them afterwards really, really well and spray some alcohol to disinfect. But other than that, throw them out. The one thing I like teaching my students as well is if you're going to be doing this, 4x4s are cheaper. So you can have those readily available. You can use the 4x4s for a lot more things other than just washing your products off. You can use them for your eye gauze, because around eye cotton, they fall off when you turn your client's head to side. But if you have the 4x4s, they actually stay on when you turn your client's head side to side. So just taking this off. And I can already see a difference with all of this stuff. Just a light treatment. That's all. Now be careful if you're going to go outside afterwards. As you can see in the background, it's sunny here still, so I'm not going to go lay by the pool. That's a big no-no. You want to put some sunblock on, okay? I'm just going to dry it up a little bit and tone again. You can never tone too much. So I actually had one of my clients get a little toner. I told her go and get a little tiny one since we can only travel with, I think, 3 ounces maximum. So she went and got a little 3-ounce bottle, put some toner in there, and was spraying on the plane. People at first were looking at her strange, and by the time she landed, she said the passenger next to her, whom was a male, was asking, "Can you tone me again?" So airplanes are very, very dry, so travel with your toner. All right, so you're gonna pat. Sometimes you need to push that in because our body does not absorb water. So how do we actually get toner, which is mostly water? Well, because they make it into a fine mist. The smaller the molecules are, the easier it will be to actually penetrate into your skin. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some more serum if you wanted to before your moisturizer. So this way your hands and your arms are really getting the nutrients that they are needing. Not too much. Your skin's going to absorb that really quickly because even with just the one pass of a microdermabrasion, you've taken off a lot of the dead skin cells. So your skin, you can see it. I can see the difference. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera. The lighting, but delicious. And now, just a little bit of moisturizer, and that's it. And that's all we need. So don't forget your hands and your arms, especially if you have a really important evening. Make sure that they're very hydrated and healthy looking. And I hope you can see a difference. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.